Once upon a time, there was a little old lady who was not afraid of anything. Nothing scared this woman. She lived all by herself in a little tiny house right at the edge of the forest. One beautiful fall afternoon, she decided it would be a perfect day to go for a walk in the woods. She grabbed her shawl and her basket, and out the door she went, down the path that led into the woods. And as she walked deeper and deeper into the woods, she began to pick some nuts and seeds and berries and flowers along the way. And she walked 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 all afternoon. She looked up, and that yellow sun had gone from yellow to orange to red to gone. And now there was just a little sliver of moon up in the night sky. And she thought, oh my goodness, dear me, oh my. I have gone much further than I intended. It's time for me to go home. And so she turned on that path and began to walk back home in the darkness and the shadows of the moonlight. And as she walked down that path, all of a sudden, right there before her very own eyes, there appeared a pair of shoes. Boots they were, like big brown boots. And they went clomp, clomp. And she said, "You get out of my way, you old pair of boots. You don't scare me none." And on she walked. She kept on going through the forest, down that path. And she noticed the wind started picking up and blowing, and there she saw, right before her eyes, a pair of pants. Just a pair of pants. And the pants went wiggle, wiggle. She said, "Get out of my way, you old pair of pants. You don't scare me none." And on she walked. But behind her, she could hear those two boots go clomp, clomp. The pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. And on she walked. Well, the wind and the clouds began to swirl around the top of that forest. And the leaves were swirling and twirling down to the ground. And the trees were creaking and swaying to the wind. She went right on around a little curve there in the path, got to the other side, and there appeared a shirt, a big white shirt. And the shirt went shake, shake. "Get out of my way, you old shirt. You don't scare me none." And on she walked. But behind her, she could hear those two boots go clomp, clomp. The pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. A big old shirt go shake, shake. And on she walked. The wind was just whipping around the forest. The leaves and the trees were creaking and swaying to and fro. And she kept on going down that path, walked across a little footbridge and got to the other side, and there appeared before her eyes two white gloves and a tall black hat. And the gloves went clap, clap, and the hat went nod, nod. And she said, "Get out of my way, you old gloves and hat. You don't scare me none." And on she walked, a little bit faster, I might add. She kept on going down that path as fast as the little old lady could go, and the wind started whipping and whirling through the trees, and there, rolling right across the path in which she walked, was a very large, very orange, very scary pumpkin head, and it went boo, boo. This time, she did not stop to say a word. She ran as fast as a little old lady can run. And as she ran toward her house, which she could see in the distance, she heard behind her two boots go clomp, clomp. The pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. A big old shirt go shake, shake. Two white gloves go clap, clap. A tall black hat go nod, nod. And a very large, very orange, very scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. And she kept on going as fast as she could go until finally she got to her house. She opened the door and she slammed it shut. And all was quiet. She walked across the floor and went over to her rocking chair where she sat. And she rocked back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as she sat there rocking in her chair in her little house, she heard a knock upon the door. Should she answer it? Oh no! Oh dear! What should she do? Remember, she is the little old lady who is not afraid of anything. So she got up and she walked to the door. And there she took the doorknob and she turned it so gently. And she opened the door with a creak. What do you suppose she saw? Two boots go clomp, clomp. A pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. A big old shirt go shake, shake. Two white gloves go clap, clap. A tall black hat go nod, nod. And a very large, very orange, very scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. And she said, what did you come here for? And that pumpkin head said, to scare you. Well, you don't scare me none at all. And that's when that pumpkin head began to frown and said, then if we don't scare you, what is to become of us? And she said, well, I have a good idea. And she whispered something into that pumpkin's ear. Something like, and that frown began to smile. And she shut the door and she went on to bed and she slept very, very well. Early the next morning, the little old lady who was not afraid of anything, she got up and she walked across her bedroom and she went to the window and she drew the curtains back and she looked out. And there in her very own garden, she saw two boots go clomp, clomp. A pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. A big old shirt go shake, shake. Two white gloves go clap, clap. A tall black hat go nod, nod. And a very large, very orange, very scary pumpkin head go boo, boo. And they were chasing all the crows away.